Hello everybody and welcome to another advanced flipping guide. Today I'm going to be showing you probably one of my favorite and most used flipping techniques. Some of you probably already know what I'm talking about, but for those who maybe weren't around when I first started making videos, I was really into decanting potions. And the reason this is so profitable is because you can decant them instantly. So what decanting is, if you're not sure, is taking already consumed potions, so like say 1-dose potions, 2-dose potions, and 3-dose potions, and instantly combining them into 4-dose potions. There's a guy in the Grand Exchange that will do this for you. The reason this is so profitable is there oftentimes is a pretty decent difference between the relative price of the 3-dose potion and the 4-dose, giving you a pretty good margin. Sometimes 100 to even 500 GP on each potion. Just saying it now, the limit is 2,000. So whatever your margin is, just multiply it by 2,000. That's how much you can actually expect to make. And yeah, I'll show you how you calculate the margin, and then we'll go do some test flips. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how you get the margin. This is an important step, but it's actually pretty easy even though there's a little bit of math involved. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy and sell a 4-dose potion as well as a 3-dose potion. Now, this doesn't have to be done with the 3-dose potion, but since the margin is actually shared between the doses, meaning that you'll hit the 2k buying limit no matter what dose of potion you're buying at the time, it's mostly cost effective to go with the 3-dose potion. So to figure out the margin, you're going to take the price that you bought the 4-dose potion at, so this is your finished product what you're hoping to sell it for, and you're going to multiply that by 0.75. Now you're going to take off the cost of the 3-dose potion, the price you sold it for when you're checking it, and that is the price you're hoping to obtain the items at. After that, that's going to be your margin. So if we take the price we bought the 4-dose potion, 1,000, multiply it by 0.75, that'll give us 750. Take off the price of the 3-dose potion, which would be 600, leaving us with a 150 GP margin. And if we actually flipped all 2,000 of those, that would give us 300k. So it's really easy to do, very quick, especially some of these cheaper potions like the super attacks, super strengths are really good, but we'll get into that in a minute. And yeah, let's do some test flips. Alright, so we're going to do a couple of the decanting flips at different cash stack amounts. So one of the easiest and cheapest is the energy potion. So we'll go through a couple examples here, then we'll kind of speed through it more. So to do the decanting flip, we're going to buy and sell one of the 3 doses of the potion. So we bought it and sold it. Then you're going to want to buy the 4-dose potion. And there we go, so we should have everything for the margin. So we'll grab a calculator open here. So we're going to take the energy potion 4, which we bought for 422, times it by 0.75, and then we're going to take off the cost of the potion, which is 285, and that leaves us with a 31 GP margin. Not bad. Earlier it was actually up to 470, so it was actually double that margin. So we'll definitely go ahead and purchase some energy potion 3s. We're going to pop them in for 285, and 2,000 is the limit for these types of potions. So we'll take off a couple just so if we do buy all 2,000, that's not going to be hitting the buying limit. We want to recheck it after, and that's going to cost us 571k, so not too bad. Another pretty cheap one is the super attack potion. Also has a pretty decent margin on it. So I bought it for 608, and we sold it for 575. And then we're just going to buy the 4-dose of the potion. Okay, so now we're going to do the calculation one more time. So 849 for the 4-dose potion, times it by 0.75, and then we're going to take off the price that we're going to buy the super attack 3s at, so minus 575, and that's a 61 GP margin, so pretty good. We'll go ahead and do the super attack potion 3. Honestly guys, most of these potions are profitable. It just kind of depends if you want to invest the money in it, because some of them aren't as profitable as others. But these two buy pretty quick, so it's not actually a big issue. So now we're going to do a couple medium cost typing potions. So one of the good ones is the super strength potion. So if we do a bit of math, 3688 times 0.75, so 2766. And then we're going to take off the Super Strength Potion 3 minus 2501. It's going to leave us with 265 GP on each potion times 2000. So we're slated to make 530k off this item, which is awesome. Definitely going to do this item. So 2501, 2000, and this is going to run us about 5 mil to do this flip, but we're still getting 10% back, which is really good for flipping. And 2502 looks good. Let's move on to the next item. So another one that works really well a lot of the time is the Super Energy Potion. So we'll go ahead and do the calculation again. So 3472 times 0.75, and then we're going to take off 2435. And that's going to leave us with 169 GP in profit on each one. We're looking to make 338k on this item. That's great. We'll definitely going to do that. So 2435, 2000 is going to run us about 5 mil again. And yeah, another pretty profitable item. So one thing I was looking at and I found on GE Tracker is the Agility Potion. Now, if we get it open on GE Tracker, we can see that it only trades about 4 or 5k a day. So this one is definitely going to be a much slower buy, but we'll check the margin because it could have a very lucrative margin, even if the buying quantity is very low. So let's check that margin. That does look pretty good. So 2649 times 0.75. Yeah, so 1986 minus what we'd be buying them for, which would be about 1600 GP. So that is 375 GP on the one item. If we did 2,000 of those, that would be 750k. Now, it would probably take a long time to buy all these, so we're maybe not going to do 2k of these. Maybe we'll just try 1,000. 1612. Try 1,000 of these potions, and that's still a really good profit. Now it's going to take longer to buy, but it's not that big a deal. You can see some of our other potions are already coming through. We already have 711 of these Super Strength Potion 3s. I already have 500 of the Energy Potions. Now maybe the Saradomin Brew. Now this is definitely a much more pricey item. So this is definitely in the realm of the more expensive potions you can buy. Alright, so we have the margin over here, 7265 times 0.75. And we'll take off 5271. It's going to give us 177 GP on each one. Now I'm going to do this. It's not as good as the other ones just because of how much more expensive the item is. But still a really nice margin. That's going to get us, I don't know, 300k or so, 340. But it is going to run us nearly 10 mil, which I probably wouldn't recommend unless you didn't have a really good option at the time. Now let's see if we can find any more potions for the rest of our slots. Okay, and for the last potion I think we're going to do is we found the Super Restore Potion. It's a much more expensive item. Sometimes it does have a better margin on it, but right now it has 100 GP. Still going to be a 200k profit, so really nothing to be too unhappy about. So we'll buy them for 6415. One thing to note is, even though this isn't a good ratio as much as the other ones, where they do tend to buy pretty quickly. You can see the Saradomin Brews are already half bought exactly pretty well, and these are bought as well. Alright, and last up we're going to try the Zamorak Brew. I've never used this item in my life before, but it has a, looks like 150, we'll just calculate here, 2104, 150, which is pretty decent, and it's not a super expensive item, so we'll go ahead and put an offer in for as many of these as we can afford that we have left. We can do 1,000 and 1.6k. Alright guys, so we have a full offer slot. You can see I've been recording for almost 15 minutes now, and half of these are pretty much half done, so it's pretty quick, and we'll come back when these offers have completed. Alright guys, so we pretty much bought all the potions. We got 100% of the agility potions, 100% of the super restores. These ones I guess hit the limit on, all those three. We didn't quite buy all of these, but I think we're just going to pull the offers out now, because we got the majority of them, and that's fine. So we're going to cancel all these offers out. Only got about half the super strength, so obviously the margin changed there. We got all the super energies, which is nice. Alright, so we're going to hit collect, so we have all the potions in our inventory. And here is where the easiest thing you're ever going to do is to decant them. You're just going to run down here to this guy named Bob, right here, and you're just going to hit decant. And you can see, bam, all the potions have been decanted into 4-dose potions as opposed to 3-dose potions. So now we have to go back, figure out the prices again just to make sure that it hasn't changed too much, and pop them back in the Grand Exchange. Okay, so we did hit the limit on a couple of the items, so I have my secondary account just to check the prices. So the energy potions are going to be going in for 421, pretty much just a medium price here. We could probably get more for them, but let's see. We bought all the energy potions for 570k, and we're gonna sell them for 630. That is still a 70k profit, so pretty good. Next up, the super attack potions. Buy one more of those. See if we can actually buy it here on this account. We can't. That's unfortunate. Okay, so the super attacks are going to be selling for 824. So overall, we're selling them for 1.23 mil, and we bought them for 1.15. That's going to be another 80k in profit there, so pretty nice. Looks like we can sell these super strength potions for 36.50 pretty well. So we'll pop the ones we did manage to buy in there for 36.49. We bought all these super strength potions for 2.444k, and we're selling for 26.78. So that's actually 240k in profit. That's really nice from the super strength potions. Look, we already sold all the super attacks, so you can see how quickly those actually sell sometimes. Alright, so we're going to try selling the super energies for 3.470 roughly. So we're going to sell them for 5.2 mil almost, and we bought the super energies for 48.62, so that's 300k in profit from the super energies. That's pretty nice. So we bought the agility potion for 26.49, so we popped those in for 26.48. So we're selling the agility potions for almost 2 mil, and we bought them for 1.6 mil, so that's 400k in profit on the agility potions. Quite nice. I'm kind of interested to see how long these are going to take to sell. Next up is the Saradomin Brew. 7.805 is what we can sell it for. 7.805. It's one of the more pricey items, so we're going to sell them all for 10.420 pretty well. Anyway, that's about 600k in profit almost from that, so that's a really nice margin there actually. Next up is going to be the Super Restore, so we're buying them for 8.564. So we'll sell off the ones we have for 8.563. It's going to be selling for 12.8 mil, and we bought them all for about 12.8 mil. We're actually only going to get 25k in profit off of this one, unfortunately. But you can't win on all of them, I guess. And last up here is going to be the Zamorak Brew. Remember, this one had a pretty decent margin on it. We're going to sell it for 32.47. 32.47. And we bought them all for 27.84, and we're selling them for 3.2 mil. So that's another 400k in profit just from the Zamorak Brews. So pretty happy how this went. The only one that really kind of bombed it was the Super Restore, and that's only 1 out of 7, or 1 out of 8, sorry. And yeah, we'll come back when these have totally sold. Alright guys, so all the potions have bought. We only had to reprice one of them to sell, and that was the Zamorak Brew. We only lost a couple GP on that, so not a huge deal. So now we get to see how much money we actually made from flipping these potions, and I can tell already that we made quite a bit. So we'll start with the least profitable and go to the most profitable. So the least profitable was actually the Super Restores, funnily enough. Even though it was the most expensive item, it just happened to not work out. We only got a 25k profit on these, but still not a loss. You rarely ever lose any money doing this. Next most profitable item was the Energy Potion, and pretty decent for its price. We bought it for 629k, or so we bought it for 570, and we sold it for 629, leaving us with a 60k profit. The next most profitable item was the Super Attack Potion. We bought them for 1150 and sold them for 1234. That's going to be 84k in profit. After that, actually the Super Strength Potion was the next most profitable. We actually got 234k in profit on that. After that, the Super Energy Potion, we got about 321k on that, buying it for 48.62 and selling it for 51.83. The Agility Potion I was very happy with, considering we only bought 1,000. We got 370k in profit. It did take a while to buy and sell, but not really. Actually, it took less time than the Zamorak Brew, surprisingly. But again, that's 379k in profit there. Afterwards, the Saradomin Brew, very nice margin on it. Even though it is an expensive item, this flipped extremely quickly. If you had 10 mil to spare, you could make an easy 400 or 500k off this. We got 564k. Actually, that was our most profitable one, so we kind of fucked up at the end. Zamorak Brew, we ended up with a 428k profit. Very happy with that still. And we'll just sell off the random junk in our inventory, and we'll see how much money we actually made. Alright, so we sold off all the junk, and it'll hit collect, and we'll see how much we actually made. So we're actually over 2 mil in profit. Let's see how much more. and how much we made from just doing this casually, and 2 mil and 55k. So that is extremely good. Now, if you kind of omitted the most expensive of the items here, the Super Restore and Ceradomin Brew, you would have only need half the amount of money here, and you still would have made 1.5 mil. Omit those items, even more, then maybe you would be only spending 10 mil. You maybe got 700k in profit. It's pretty versatile, a ton of different items you can do, and you can do it from a pretty low cash stack, as low as probably, I recommend at least a mil to do one of these flips. Anything more is nice, but yeah, very consistent, easy money, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.